Dr. Elizabeth Wheeler, and this is Dr. Kristen Grader. We're coming to you today from Pittsburgh Performance Physical Therapy in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. So this is actually part two. We had a part one that had stretching for the upper body. So this is the lower body.
Even if you missed our part one of this video, that's okay. Basically today what we're going to focus on is showing you how standing or sitting can affect different joints in our body based on the musculature around it. So we'll go through a couple of simple stretches you can do at home to prevent any injury or pain happening with these positions.
Some possible points of tension you can see in this picture include the low back, the hips, with the front of the hip and the outside and back of the hip, the hamstrings and the calves.
From a standing position, some points of possible tension include your low back, your buttock region, including your glute musculature, all the way down to the heels in your feet.
Okay, the first stretch we're going to do today is the piriformis stretch. So the piriformis is a muscle in the buttock area, and it gets tight with prolonged sitting or even standing. And so we're going to stretch that, and we're going to show you two ways. So the first way is lying down. If you have a chance to lie down, bend both your knees up, and we'll stretch this outer one, which is the right one. So you'll cross the right ankle over the left knee, and then use the left arm and grab the outside of the right thigh. Just pull that across the body. It's going to be kind of over across midline. And hold.
What you should feel is a gentle stretch in that outer hip and buttock region, as well as maybe the outer thigh. If you're getting any pain in the front of your hip or your groin, allow your knee to fall to the side and add gentle pressure downwards in the opposite direction. You'll still feel a stretch in the outer hip, but less strain on the inside of the groin.
And then the second way is just seated. So if you don't have a place to lie down and you're just sitting in a chair, you can do this exact same stretch. So we'll cross the right ankle over the left knee, grab the outside of the right thigh and pull it across the chest, and even lean your body into the stretch.
Again, you should feel this on the outside of the thigh. Any pain or pinch in the groin, allow that knee to fall towards the floor with some gentle pressure down.
For this stretch, you'll do 3 times and hold for about 30 to 60 seconds. Okay, second stretch is for the hamstrings. So there are multiple ways you can stretch the hamstrings. We're just going to show you 2 again. One is great because it's already seated in the chair. So you might already be seated. You can get these muscles lengthened back out during the day. So what you'll do is just slide towards the front of your chair. One leg goes out straight, the one you want to stretch. And then with a flat back, so you can kind of sit up tall and start to lean your body over that leg without rounding the back. This really isolates that hamstring group.
What you should feel is a gentle stretch behind your thigh, maybe even behind your knee and into your calf, depending on how tight those muscles are. Keeping your toes to the ceiling will definitely engage the lower half of your leg.
And then the second way is lying down. So all you need is some type of a strap. I just have like a yoga strap here. Could be a belt or a dog leash or anything you have. You're going to hook that on the leg that you want to stretch. Okay? You can bend up the opposite knee. You could also have it straight. If you have a really tight hamstring though, even though bending up the knee will rotate the hips a little bit so it's easier to get that leg up, as long as you still feel a stretch along the back of the leg, you're good. So anyway, bend your opposite knee, start to pull your straight leg all the way back, and hold.
Again, you should feel this behind your thigh, behind your knee, and potentially into your calf. If this feels too intense, simply lower it. As long as you're feeling a gentle stretch, you're going to be doing something effective.
Same thing, you'll hold this stretch for 30 to 60 seconds while you're breathing, and about 3 reps in a row each. Okay, so the third stretch we'll do is for the front of the hips. So it's a hip flexor stretch. You know, these muscles start to shorten when you're in a seated position, and we need to lengthen those back out. So again, 2 ways to do this. There are multiple other ways. The first way is actually a little bit harder than the second one because it may take a little bit more balance. But you'll do a lunge position. So the leg that you want to stretch is the one that's behind on the right side there. You're going to do a gentle lean forward and keep an upright posture.
You should feel this stretch in the front of your hip. You should keep your knee of that lunge leg above your foot to protect your knee and your ankle. And by keeping that upright posture, like Elizabeth said, keeping a gentle stretch through here. protecting your back.
Perfect. Okay, and then the second way is down here with the chair. So the same position can be performed on a stair. So if you have a set of stairs with maybe handrails to hold on, that's perfect as well. So the leg that you want to stretch is going to be behind. One leg goes up on the stool or chair. And then you do the same thing. You're going to do a gentle lean forward until you feel a stretch in the front.
Same thing, stretch in the front, upright posture, maintaining knee over foot.
Same thing with the other stretches. Hold about 30 to 60 seconds, breathing, let the muscles relax, and do about 3 in a row. Okay, so fourth stretch is for the low back. Again, there's a number of different stretches that we do for the low back, but we're going to show you 2 today. One is also seated, so it's a great one to do throughout the day as you're sitting. Sit towards the edge of your chair again. You're just going to start to lean down with a bent, a rounded back. Arms go through the legs, and hold.
From here, what you should feel is a stretch in the outer hip into your low back. If this causes too much strain, sit in front of a desk or a table, leaning forward, still allowing your back to round, but less pressure towards the floor.
The other way you can do this is you've probably seen before just a child's pose, or sometimes we call it a prayer stretch. You can be on the floor, you can be on a table or your bed. Feet are together or about shoulder width apart with the knees or feet. On all fours, hips drop back towards the heels, arms go out in front. This also gives a nice stretch to the back, and you can lean off to one side to get an extra stretch along the side and back.
Again, you should feel a gentle stretch in the outside of your hips into your low back.
For the chair stretch, you can hold about 10 seconds and do maybe 10 reps. This one up here, you can hold it a little bit longer, get into position, hold for that 30 to 60 seconds, and do about 3 in a row. Okay, last stretch is also for the back. It's a little bit of a rotational stretch. What you'll do, lie on your back, knees are bent up, and you're just going to drop your knees off to one side. What you want to do is try to keep your upper body in contact. You can also even turn your head the opposite direction just to get a little stretch of the neck as well. And then you're going to switch, bring the knees off to the opposite side. Don't forget to breathe.
What you should feel is a gentle stretch on the outside of your body, a little twist in your back, but try to maintain your shoulders touching the floor. To make this a little more advanced, cross one leg over the other, allow it to fall to the side.
For these ones, you can do about 10 reps in a row and just hold for about 5 to 10 seconds. They don't have to be quite as long as the other stretches. It's perfect. Okay, hope these 5 stretches helped you out. Again, remember, when you're stretching, the body has to be in this relaxed position, or else you're not going to be able to stretch that muscle out. So go to the point where you feel some tension, that you're stretching that muscle group, but then also feel like you can breathe and relax it. Otherwise, you have to back off a little bit, or else that muscle's not going to stretch out.
So to review, the reason we stretch is to prevent any injury or pain from happening. So the more often you do it, the better. Create that habit. Another purpose of stretching is to create that balance, like Dr. Wheeler mentioned. So if you feel like you're overdoing it or it doesn't feel comfortable, back off a little bit. And finally, any position held for too long is not ideal. So stay moving.
Thanks so much for watching again with us. I hope you found this helpful. Once again, if you found it helpful, don't forget to to subscribe to our channel, and also check out our website. Thanks so much, and be well.